it just doesn't get any better than this, does it? Does it? Does it get any better than this? Huh? Oh boy, isn't this rich? Well, I brought you guys out today. I was actually going to unveil my whole setup, right? I got a woodlot that I'm working on. If you guys follow the channel, we live in a log cabin on 11 acres. And we heat and cook with wood all through the year, except in the summertime we have an outdoor kitchen. And I'm working real hard on getting my woodlot together as a source of income and for something for me to do up there. We've been out here for a decade. I've been collecting wood by myself with a saw and a maul and all that stuff, okay, for the last decade, right? And then I thought, I'm getting older and I'm usually by myself, so I wanted to start automating our system, okay, for collecting our firewood. And then I took it a step further because I'm always trying to show you guys how you guys can live the life you want to live and that you can make money doing what you like to do. I actually enjoy collecting firewood and collecting trees and working with wood, and so I've incorporated it into a way that I can make money for our homestead. Now, in some instances, you have to spend money to make money. So for the 10 years that I was taking care of the wood myself, my whole plan was to eventually automate or go to machines, basically hydraulics, so that way I can get more work done more efficiently and by myself. So you guys are looking at this whole setup, right? I told you guys earlier on that, you know, we've got the cheapest dump truck that we could find on Craigslist. That works out really, really good. It's an F350 with a dump bed on it. We just got a trailer, which I'll show you here in a second. You probably saw in the opening part of this video. It's 20 foot with 15,000 pound axles, okay? So that's gonna be great for what we wanna do as far as urban logging, bringing logs home, stuff like that. And we're gonna put an arch on there and the whole nine. So guys, stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button because it's gonna be a fun ride. So I was all excited. I got out here early this morning. We got rain moving in. I'd already made this pile of logs for you guys. I brought the skid steer down. We're gonna get on it. I'm gonna load up this trailer, show you how much wood it can hold, and then you know, I was gonna introduce everyone to you. And then I pulled up to grab the first load, the first log, and sure enough, the hydraulic hose busted off. So right off the bat, in my mind, I think this is exactly why I didn't want to have any machines. So now I have to actually fix this, okay? I think the leak is inside of here. We're gonna have to peel that apart. And so instead of this being an introductory video to all this equipment and what my plans are going forward, it's actually going to turn into replacing this hydraulic hose, and we'll see how fun that is. So stay tuned. Hey, and you know what else we'll do just for giggles here? What I'm going to do is actually share with you what time it is, and we're going to see how long this actually takes, right? For a working stiff to diagnose his hydraulic problem, take it off, fix it, fill it back up, and get back operational. So we're going to see how long it takes. Now, I'm not going to let the video go that long, but we're going to see how long it takes, okay? It is 9:23 a.m. All right, and I'm going to keep you guys, oh, here, just so in case there's any doubt. 9:24 a.m. Okay, 9:24 a.m. Here we go. And I've never worked on a John Deere skid steer. I've probably replaced a hydraulic hose in my life probably 0 times. So here we go. Just another way to show you guys that you don't have to be all skilled up on everything. A lot of this stuff that you guys are going to do when you're out at your homestead or living off grid, you're going to be learning on the fly, right? So you have to be able to handle adversity and to kind of go with the punches. That's for sure. All right, let's see if I even have the tools to get into there. I have to start rolling around with an impact wrench too. All right, I know you guys, are you watching this? Does this look like a disaster waiting to happen here? Trying to keep them elevated a little bit so I can get to them. There we go. Feel good about it. All right. Well, let's get into it. Boy, it's so humid. That's why one reason you want to get out early in the morning in our neck of the woods. See what I did there? Is because, man, it just gets so humid. You don't want to be out in the sun in the heat of the day. All right, so this looks like my problem. If this is the problem right here, this little short little piece, see how it's just one piece right here? Man, that's an easy fix, I think. Now, there's another reason why I went with the John Deere, besides the fact that it has the largest lifting capacity. This thing outlifts any skid steer, any track machine in its class, Bobcat, Caterpillar, any of them. I did a lot of homework. But the other reason was is that the John Deere dealership is pretty close to the house. So if I ever run into a pickle like this, I'll be able to run over there and get some parts and get my machine fixed. That was another consideration in going with the John Deere. But the main thing was the lift power. Some of the logs that we work on and that we haul have been 6,000–7,000 pounds. And I've rented several skid steers trying to get a feel for it while I was doing my homework. And this was the only one that could muster up the juice. To lift anything that I'm messing with. So my philosophy basically is it's better to have too much and not need it than to have not enough and need it. I'll tell you guys honestly, the funny thing is, if you were to talk to any of my long-term friends, you know, guys that have known me for a while, what you're witnessing with all this is really something. You guys don't realize it because that's all you know. When you saw Doug, you said, oh, look at Doug, he can do all that. But the real secret, the real thing, is that Doug used to hire everybody to do it and didn't do none of it. Didn't even know how to do it. Was not even interested in doing it. And now, he wants to do it. He likes to do it. Enjoys doing it. And I'm a quick learner. Okay. Moving right along. I'm dripping just like this hydraulic hose. All right, love it. Sweating out, detox. Getting all that crap out of your body. Sweating's good for you. All right, I think this is definitely the hose that blew on me. There's a sleeve on here, so you can't see in here, but it's super wet all right here, which is really to my benefit, because this is an easy fix. Easy fix. We'll get this off, jam it up to the place to get a new hose on there. Maybe that'll get pretty quick. Might be able to get back out here, actually get loaded up, show you what I got before the storms come in, if I'm lucky. Man, this is the bust up, man. We got lucky today, boys and girls. And I was glad I had some tools on me. There's just a lot of good things kind of running in our favor, and it's kind of good that we get this out of the way together, so I can show you guys how you can work on your own stuff and save some money. There's going to be times when you got to take stuff into the guy who can fix it better than you, and try to do the little stuff by yourself. Don't be intimidated. When you boil it all down, a lot of it's really not that hard. So I'm fully confident in your all's ability to tackle projects and start small. You know, do some stuff you're not too confident about that's on a small scale, and as you build your confidence fixing and repairing and building, then you move on to bigger and better stuff. All right, there you go. Hope we beat the rain. There you go. There's a hole right there. I'd imagine if we opened that up, we'd see what the problem is. So hopefully we'll be able to go down to John Deere and get a quick fix. Oh, and the time now is 10:15. Timestamp 11:43. Losing day by the second, but we're gonna get this done. All right. $100 for the hose. Another reason why I was reluctant. But I'll tell you some stories about some equipment that I had before when we first got out here. And luckily they were open, because they're closed up for tomorrow because it's 4th of July on Saturday. Ha! So if I would have came out here tomorrow, I'd have been the no hose guy. Okay, let's get at it. I went ahead and cut that sleeve off of the other hose just to give it a little protection on there. Okay. Now when I first got out here, when we first moved out, I had a big Allison Chalmers tractor, and for 11 acres it was a little bit overkill. It was a big tractor, but it was working good because the only reason why I got it was because of the bucket. It had a bucket on it, and I needed that bucket to lift the logs. And then I had the tractor for a little while, and I don't know, I just didn't use it that much, I guess, and I was getting into a position where, you know, little things were going wrong and I needed money to help build some other stuff on the property. And I was already making friends with the neighbors, so I was able to use theirs. So kind of like all that stuff went together, so I sold it. I also had a skid steer when I first moved up here that I kept over from the lawn care landscape business. But it was a really small, kind of a dinky one. It was a Gale, G-E-H-L or G-E-H-E-L or something like that. But one time I got stuck down in my creek, and it was a wheel machine, and I really got upset about it, and I sold it, which is fine because, like I said, it was just too weak to do anything I needed to do now anyways. And then so all this time now for 10 years we've basically partnered up with some neighbors, and I do chores and stuff at their house, and they let me use their machines, a tractor anyways. I have a couple neighbors with the tractors, and lately, if you guys have been watching the videos, if I needed any skid steers, which really only happens lately, I can just go down to the rental place and get some off the rental fleet there. But the problem with that was as well is that the ones that they have aren't even strong enough to lift the big logs that I'll be messing with at the sawmill in the woodlot. So I saved all the money from those when I sold those items, because I knew eventually I would get back around to it. And I used that money to buy my team of Belgians. And then I sold my team of Belgians. If you guys have been here for a while, you saw me. I actually pulled logs out of the forest with the Belgians, and I plowed and disked and harrowed with the Belgians. I'd never done that before either. I taught myself how to do that. Of course, I had some help from the Amish teaching me too. I didn't really just totally teach myself, but so that's my machinery story. And then I cut and split wood for 10 years by hand. and the chainsaw. And here we are, getting automated. I'm moving towards no-touch firewood. All right, let's get this fixed here. So far, pretty painless, isn't it? We got the hose back on together. Now we're gonna put this cap on. All my fittings are tight. Yep, it's a hot one. It's just not really that hot, it's just humid. You can just see it just dripping off me. But like I said, it's good for you. It's detoxing. That's what you want. Get that stuff out of you. Get the last bolt on here, and then it'll be time for some fluid. We'll get this wood loaded yet. Just stick with me now, don't go anywhere. Plus you want to see if I actually fixed it, don't you? Saved me a couple $100. Easy. Some guys would have them come right out to the job site. So that would be, you know, this could turn into a $1,000 job, really. Time to get the mechanic out here at 1.5 because he left the shop, and we got the hose. That's why you guys got to go for it, man. You got to learn how to do this stuff yourself. There are times to exercise caution, but something like this was pretty straightforward, so I wasn't really that worried about it. Okay. Timestamp 12:20. Okay. See how things happen whenever you have plans? Lots of things can change pretty quick. All right, hydraulic factory oil fill right here. It has its own special color-coded entry point. In front of that is engine oil. It's yellow, hydro orange. When I got the fluid, they gave me a handy-dandy funnel here. How about those apples? Now this thing just untightens and it just pops right out. That was nice of them to put a chain on it for you, because I know you'd lose it somewhere. All right, there's my handy dandy funnel. Hopefully we can make that work, huh? And apparently right here is a sight glass for the hydraulic oil, which is a little bit in an odd spot, I guess, because it's, I guess you're supposed to look at it from right here. So we'll get some fluid in there. Right now I don't see any fluid in there at all. So we'll get some fluid in there and we'll see how much it takes. Another thing too is you don't leave any trash out here. No pieces of paper, no plastic caps. Make sure everything's accounted for, because we got livestock out here and we don't want them eating any of that stuff. So, all right, first gallon. Here we go. Well, it's 2 gallons actually. I was actually wondering how that would work with this jug and the clearance that I have clearance, but it actually worked out pretty good. Okay, 1 down. Yeah, it's 2.5 gallons. I don't really see it in there. Clean that window off a little. I don't see it. Keep going. I'll tell you what, when that hydraulic fluid was spraying out of there, woo, man, it was crazy. It was really shooting out. Man, that's 5 gallons and I still don't see it registering on the tube here. Really. I'm watching that window and getting ready to go 7 gallons. I think I asked him when I was there, and he said that it holds 9, but I couldn't imagine that all that fluid came out, but it was spraying out pretty good. Man, are you serious? I don't know, I'm just getting kind of nervous about it. All right, here's what we're gonna do, I think, just so a peace of mind. I'm gonna get in, start it up, move the boom a little bit, make sure it's flat, make sure everything's good, and then we'll recheck it. How's that sound? I just don't want to mess it up, but it's the first time I've ever done it, so I'm going to be extra cautious a little bit. And we're still going to get the job done today. And Stacy will make a nice meal tonight. I think we're having steak, beef raised right on grass. It goes right in our belly. Plus some great garden bounty. I doubt if you guys will get to see all that in this video, though. I'll probably just end it with this little fiasco here. Just turn that thing right there and get her in there. I think that's it. I like this little John Deere thing they gave me here, because you can close it off so no dirt will get in it. So that's kind of slick. Okay. Now let's just see what we see. How about if we do that? I mean, that stuff just sprayed everywhere. All over the machine, the window. That'll help with rust, I guess, won't it? Definitely was a mess. Bob White, you hear the bird? Bob White. All right, let's see what we got. Alright, now let's see how that is. And let's see how that goes. Move the boom up and down a little bit. See if we get a different reading in here. Boom seems to be working fine. I'll be darned if I don't see anything in that tube. Okay, I grabbed that other 2.5 gallons. It was almost empty. I still wasn't seeing a mark on there. I put it in there and then it filled up. And you can see the top arrow, that fluid's right at the tip of it, which is totally fine. The indicator is for anywhere in that area between the two arrows is a very safe operating level of fluid. So we did it. Alright. Yeah, it's about 12:40 right now. And we are going to load this trailer up. I was just thinking if I should hook the truck up to it or not. And I think I am. So let me hook this up real quick. So that way, we're not putting all the weight on the jacks up front. I think that's probably a little smarter. So let me get this backed up and hooked up. Oh, not too bad, young grasshopper. All right. One thing I like about this trailer too, nice handle. Just wind her on down. Even the wife can do it, because this thing really operates smooth. It's all about those gears in there. Able to transfer that power. Fancy little holder there. Spring loaded. So you gotta watch those fingers. That's nice. And you notice those jacks on the back. We'll go over this trailer later today. You guys are gonna get gypped a little bit about the equipment for the woodlot, but we fixed a hydraulic hose together. I like this hitch right here too. More secure and a lot easier to deal with. Those ball hitches sometimes are a pain. Look at that. Really like that ease of setup right there. Timestamp 12:47. Everything's a little bit slippery because of the hydraulic fluid. Pay attention to your footing. Make sure you have your hand on some good grabbers. got the whole pile of trees on that trailer. That's what I'm talking about. Yep, that is a lot of firewood on that trailer. Let's get her home. Okay, Google, what time is it?
2:56 p.m.
And there you have it. We'll call it 3 o'clock. So I got to get some grub because I got out of the door this morning with a fast. I didn't eat anything. So there you have it. I even grabbed a few more logs on the skid steer and brought them over here when I brought the skid steer over. As you can see, that's quite a bit of logs on the trailer there. So the trailer is going to be dynamite when you guys see this all hooked up and pulling logs on like we did before in that other video. You're really going to know what's going on. It's going to be really, really good. Pretty excited about it. I'll be honest with you, the trailer doesn't even really feel that. That's a lot of weight on there. If I had to guess, I'd have to say that was probably about 3 tons of, maybe a little more, 4 tons of wood on there right now. And so I'm really liking that. So that's it. I'm whooped. I can't believe it. I actually successfully changed that hydraulic hose. Some of you guys, you know, you're longtime grease monkeys and you might think, that's such an easy thing to do, but you know, little steps, man. All right, we'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks for hanging out with me, and pretty soon we'll go over all the equipment here, the John Deere 333G, the trailer and all that stuff, and then we'll go get some logs together. And then we'll be on the sawmill, we'll be cutting up some firewood, and I'll show you guys how you can make money doing what you love, staying at home, being with your family more, and you know, you can sell some wood and slabs and stuff like that. It's just another way you guys can make a few bucks around the homestead. You're always asking, and we're always showing you guys. We've taken you to the lavender farm, to the alpaca guy. He quit his job so he could raise alpacas. We've taken you to all these places. We took you to farms, market gardens, and just all kinds of ways that you guys can beat that 9 to 5, get out of that cubicle and spend more time with your family out in the great outdoors. All right, guys, I gotta shave and eat. See ya.